Hello, hello, hi, folks. Welcome. Happy Sunday. In hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. Welcome. Good to see you. It is not an illusion. It is earlier in the day, if you would. And I am here. Jenny, I'm so glad you made it. I'm looking forward to this message. PK, I know, I said it's not an illusion. I am here. Man, I tell you, getting these videos loaded up lately, it's been a challenge. Last night took me 4 hours, literally 4 hours to load up my videos, or one video. That's why I couldn't do a skit, because what I do is when I upload it, I gotta leave the application open and just leave it until it uploads, and then I gotta go to another application and do that. So it literally took 4 hours. So, I mean, maybe some of you know a better solution. I have the fastest internet. I didn't used to be like that, or maybe I didn't used to load up everywhere. But anyway, it took forever. So I got to go a little earlier so that I'm actually able to load it up. I mean, it was like 4 o'clock in the morning last night when I went to sleep. So anyway, we digress. Welcome. I have closed out all the apps, bro. I just used that one app and loaded. It just takes forever. And then I got to go to YouTube. So I loaded on Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, and TikTok. And what happens with TikTok and Instagram, TikTok only allows 10 minutes. So I gotta, if the video is more than 10 minutes, I gotta clip it and then do a part 1, part 2. And then Instagram only does 15 minutes. So if it's beyond 15 minutes, I gotta clip that. So, and then I gotta do the captions, right? That stuff is not the problem. The loading up, just waiting for it to load, it just takes forever. I don't know why, but anyway, yeah. So that's kind of the routine. But the caption, I'm hearing a lot of you love the caption. So hopefully that is a good thing. So anyway, I gotta get started with today. I probably got the best explanation for purpose that I could find. And I just love this description so much that I got to share it with you. I'm all about purpose and pursue your purpose and nothing else, because it doesn't really, nothing else really will make sense or be relevant in your path to success, right? So if you know who Rabbi Dr. Abraham Twersky is, drop a like me raised hand emoji down in the comments below. I do try to do it less than 10 minutes. So Rabbi Dr. Abraham Twersky, I love some of his concepts and explanations. And I've shared some with you before. I've shared his concept about love and anger before, but I've never talked about his concept about purpose. And I love the way he explains it. He starts off by giving you a little tiny story, and that is 2 guys who were robbers. They get caught, go in a court of law, and the judge asks one guy, "Well, what were you doing?" And the guy says, "Nothing." And then the judge asks the second guy, "What were you doing?" And he goes, "I was helping him." And it's so interesting, because how can you be helping somebody who doesn't know what they're doing or is not doing anything? Isn't that where purpose comes into play, where we follow along on a routine, right? We follow along, we fall into this routine and we just follow along, and we live such a purposeless life. just kind of a routine life. He goes on by giving you this example, and I love this. Like, things in your life, just to illustrate the importance of purpose, right? Is this. Most things in your life, if you go back home and take a look at the stuff you have, they're either ornamental, which means they're pretty, they look good and you like to keep them, or they are functional, which means they drive a purpose. There's a reason for them. So the purpose between these two is either looks, ornamental, or functional, right? Now, give you an example. Let's say, for example, you have a grandfather clock that's really old, hand carved, all this stuff, and let's say it runs out of battery. I don't know if they run on battery or what have you, but let's say it stops to work. Well, most likely you're not going to toss the old grandfather clock just because it doesn't work. Why? Because it's ornamental, it's sentimental, it's pretty, it's got work done on it, so you keep it. Let's flip the channel. Let's say you have a can opener that doesn't open cans anymore. What are you going to do that? You're going to keep it? No, because it drives a function, and that function is no longer there, right? It doesn't open the can anymore. It's not for ornamental. So you toss it. You get another one. So far, so good. So now let's kind of bring that home and see where you fit in. Are you ornamental or are you functional? Some people would say, well, I'm real pretty. I'm real good looking, so you get to keep me. Is that really true? You gotta serve a purpose. You gotta have a function in somebody's life or in society or in work or wherever. Or you're just gonna be like that can opener. They're gonna toss you out, no matter how pretty you are. Is your purpose coming home and sitting on the couch and flipping through the channels and going through a case of beer and that? Or is your now, if that is, how is that contributing to anybody? Forget about society. You know what I mean? Like, forget about the whole society thing. Are you contributing to one single person, like anybody, like even yourself? Are you contributing to yourself even with that? Let's just like bring it down to a little tiny little thing. Forget about the society and the world. I want to make a dent in the world. I want to help. Listen, just tone it down to one person, yourself. Are you being functional to yourself? I'm not pretty, so I guess I'm functional. That's funny, right? And that's subjective, by the way. Being pretty is subjective. Somebody can think they're pretty, and somebody else can think they're like ugly. Somebody thinks they're ugly, and somebody says, oh my goodness, you're just the most gorgeous person on the planet Earth, right? So subjective. But functional is not subjective. Either you serve a purpose or you don't. Either you open the can or you don't. I mean, it's really that simple, right? So now I'll give you this. Sometimes we don't know purpose, right? We're like, well, I don't know, man. You know, I just want to pay the bills and, you know, I don't have a purpose, right? Here's what I got to tell you. Everybody, I truly believe this. Everybody was born with a purpose. Like, you have a purpose. Here's what happens. Most everybody doesn't look for their purpose. Because if you feel like there is no purpose, why would you look for it? If you think this life is just, you come and go, just pay a few bills and don't go late and you know, get married, have a couple kids, and all right, you know, like the Truman Show, right? If you feel like there is no purpose, why would you look for it? The answer is you wouldn't. The first place is really to feel like there is a purpose for you, like you have one. Now let me go look for it. It's like you have that shirt. I just don't know where it is. Let me go find it. Now, this is, if you don't know where to begin, this is where religion could come into play for you. Now, it could come into play for you, or it may not, because it gives you a sense of purpose. It tells you there's a, you know, purpose. Now, I'm not saying my religion, I'm just saying religion comes into play with that. It helps, right? Now, at the end of the day, I really feel this, that in order for you to really have like a sense of worth, like self-worth, like you feel like worthy, like you have value, right? Let's call it societal value. I like that. First time you heard it here, folks. I got to write that one down. Societal value, right? If you have value, oh, thanks, money. It's gonna go. I'm growing it. I kind of tucked it in. It's Oscar. What's up, money? So, in order for you to have a really sense of self-worth, like you got some value, you got some worth. That purpose, when you plug that in, it gives you that sense of worth. You feel like, oh, you know what? I got some value because this is my purpose. Like, I got to do this. Like, I got to serve these people. And Ray Higdon says it the best. He goes, help the person you used to be. You used to be broke, and you used to be bankrupt. You used to be a single mom. You used to be this. You used to be, help that person. If you run out of people to talk to and help the person you used to be. And I think it makes so much sense, right? It makes so much sense to really focus on the two purposes and see where you fit in, if you would. One is, hey, ornamental or functional. Ornamental is subjective, right? But functional, how am I serving? How am I showing up to actually have that functional mode on, you know? So look for your purpose. Look around you. Look at your stories. Look at what you have overcome. Because you've overcome a bunch of stuff. You forget talking about that stuff. You've overcome a whole heck of a lot. Look at those things. Look at the struggles, the speed bumps, all that, and look how you got through that. And somewhere in there lies your purpose. So if a person isn't functional, then why exist? Yeah. You're functioning. It just at what level are you doing it? You know what I mean? You could be playing really tiny, little small. You just go to work, come back, and just drink your beer. Or you could, up the notch, right? So look for your purpose. I think it's gonna give you a whole heck of a lot of new drive, if you would, right? So pursue purpose, nothing else. Nothing else really makes sense. When you pursue purpose, I feel like everything else will come into play. Once you really get a good grip of, that's what it is. Totally got it, right? Once you're really clear about your purpose, I feel like everything just plugs in, right? So hopefully you guys get some love, some inspiration, some value from this live. I appreciate you guys. By the way, today is little guy's birthday. That's why I'm wearing his shirt. He was born 2006. And also today is also, I actually came to America today in 1987, which is kind of weird. 36 years ago today. So there's one more significant about today, but I'm not going to talk about that. But yeah, it's the little guy's birthday today. So hopefully you guys got some love, some inspiration, some value from this. Drop your thoughts, your comments, your feedback below. Johnny, my man, hopefully you circle back and catch the replay. Would be looking forward to your feedback and comments if you would. If you feel like this is worthy of, yeah, thanks. If you feel like this is worthy of sharing, do what you gotta do. Spread the love, tag a couple people. Hey, you know people that are looking kind of lost or have a purpose. This may feed them. So I appreciate you guys. And yeah, I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com, signing off until tomorrow when we do it all over again. Much love.